Hi, this is Marshall, and thank you for watching. And for those who are new, welcome to the process. And this is my lovely, adorable, and handsome, sexy man, my husband, Vito.
I would like to introduce my gorgeous wife. How beautiful she is. Yes, she is. Sexy, that is she. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm great. How are you?
All right, looking sexy as usual. How y'all doing?
Thank you for the compliment.
Well, I always give you compliments. Somebody just say I don't do it enough on video. I thought the objective is to do it when no one is watching, no one is seeing. You already know. But it's good to be admired publicly in front of people too. I understand that. It's a balance. I have not grabbed a hold of that thing quite the way I should, but I'm working. I'm working at it. Working at it, getting better. See? Even God bless you with that husband, ladies. I'm telling you right now, he ain't gonna have it all together. Get ready.
Alright, you guys, we are back with another video.
Yes, we are.
Actually, this video has, he has no idea what we're about to talk
And
about.
I can't stand when she do that. Because y'all know I have to be on the fly. I think I need some breath. Mobilizer.
You good.
Okay.
Alright, guys, so, yeah, you know what this is all about because you see the topic. However, he does not.
You think that some of them may have a struggle with telling their husband if their breath stink or not?
I don't know. Anyway, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and we shall be back.
Yeah.
We was at the restaurant, and I was getting my food, or I was eating, or we were getting ready. No, we was getting ready to go. That's what happened. And Vito went to go get some to-go boxes, and when he came back, he said,
"I went to go get some to-go boxes."
Yeah.
Okay.
When he came back, he was like, "Guess what? This guy just told me." I said, "What?"
Oh, ha!
I said, "What?" He said, "Man, I missed my place in line because I'm too busy looking at your lady." Is that what he said?
That what he said.
And so, what did you say, babe?
I said, "Oh, okay." Then I said, "Well, if you would have been looking at my lady, you wouldn't have missed your spot in line." And then he started laughing.
And then say the conversation.
And then he said, "Nah, man, not really, man. I was just kind of, just admiring your lady and and how nice she looked." And I said, "Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you." He said, "Not too many brothers can take a compliment like that, I said, "Well, when you're secure in yourself, you're not worrying about anything about what someone else is complimenting your wife about, because you're secure in yourself." So he kind of looked at me like, "Yeah, these young jitterbugs, they don't even understand that." I said, "Well, maybe they're not secure who they are, insecure about whose they are."
And when he told me that story, I thought that was like the sexiest thing. It kind of turned me on a little bit.
It did turn her on.
And this is what went through my head. Back in the day, had I not had a relationship with God, I'm not even talking about before, I'm talking about even after salvation, just how God and the Holy Spirit has been leading and guiding us in everything, in all truth. I know Marshall, and back in the day, I would have gotten upset with him for not getting mad. Because for so long, we have equated that if your man doesn't, quote unquote, get upset or doesn't show some type of aggression when someone gives you a compliment,
jealousy.
Yeah, the jealousy.
She want to see that jealousy,
right? And we will equate jealous. Him not being jealous and him not caring.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was like the Holy Spirit was like, "Wow." I thought that was so attractive because when you are secure in your relationship, first with your relationship with God, and then the relationship that God has given you, when you're secure in that, you can take compliments from the opposite sex.
Yes, you can.
Or from the same sex when someone is complimenting your significant other or your spouse.
Right.
And then my question came to how many of us are still living in that world of equating jealousy to someone loving you or someone showing their care for you.
Exactly.
Jealousy is very unhealthy.
Yes, it is.
Across the board, in any relationship. It could be your siblings, it could be a significant other, it could be your best friend. When there's jealousy, there's unhealthy.
Right.
Okay. Now, another thing that kind of that I was blown away from was that the guy, he was bold to even admit to him that he was actually checking me out.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't even, that's unheard of. That's rare. That's rare cases. You know, usually guys keep that to themselves. They'll try to give you a little side eye so no one can kind of see who they checking out or whatever. But for him to boldly say to my husband, man, in a joking manner, but yet he was serious. He was for real.
He was for real.
Behind every joke, there's truth.
Yeah.
So
ask me.
Right. So for him to say that to him and for him to respond the way he did, even he was shocked that he responded that way.
The awesome part about it wasn't just him who was listening, really listening to our conversation. There was two other guys who was listening. One was standing to my left kind of diagonally and another was standing to my left, and then he was standing in front of me. And as the comments were going back and forth, him and I, it was just a humble, subtle tone of voice to where it wasn't no aggressiveness, you know.
Amongst two brothers.
Amongst us. And when I spoke it, and when I say, you know, when you're secure about who you are, you don't have to be concerned about whether or not another person is complimenting your wife. And then the other guy to my diagonally, you know, was a peripheral vision. Well, I kind of looked at him like this, and he was like, so then that encouraged me to kind of go in more insight of what I was referring to.
Right.
You know, and I didn't even have to throw God in that. See, I didn't even have to mention God's name. Or I didn't even have to say, you know, when you got God on your side or when you have a relationship with God. I didn't even have to say that. It was just one of them things where it was like, wow, it was something about what he's saying that's very powerful and it's coming from far beyond what normal men would say.
Absolutely.
You know, normal men would not say that. But when you are secure in yourself, when you're secure in yourself and you're secure about who you are and who you belong to, listen, you can compliment her all you want to. I know that she belongs to my Father. Listen to what I just said. She don't belong to me. She belongs to my Father. So if anything, my Father got her. My Father got her heart. My Father got her mindset. My Father got her relationship. I don't even have to worry about whether or not, even if he was to approach her. I already know. I already know that she's not going to be disrespectful to him. But she's going to basically humble herself to the point where she's going to kind of do it discreetly like, hey, thank you, but I'm taking. You know, it's just one of those things where you know you have the confidence, you know.
That's where the level of trust in a relationship. And
maturity,
these are even ways for you to practically reevaluate your relationship.
Yeah.
The relationships that you may be in now, the relationships in your future, we got to stop equating jealousy with someone caring about us.
Yes.
Or jealousy with someone, you know, oh, he must have really loved me. He must have really got my back because, you know what, we ride or die. If your relationship is secure, and a lot of times jealousy comes from insecurity.
Yes, it does.
Insecurities in your relationship, insecurities within yourself and within your significant other. And we have to make sure that, is this God? Because had he been insecure, and think about all the people who were actually standing around and listening to this conversation. Think about the seed that was sown, not just in the man that he was actually talking to, but in those who were listening to the conversation. You don't know if they walked out saying, dang, I need to check myself. Because I know some guys have been like, man, I couldn't took it like that, man, because you be around here looking at my woman.
I mean, but he was right. She's beautiful. I mean, good, great. What you want me to say? Nah, bro, you lying. She ain't beautiful. What you talking about? She ain't
but
fine.
some guys would have been upset the fact that you was checking her out.
Yeah.
And then
I
had nerve
that.
to even
That's
say
because
it.
they insecure. Anytime a man has a problem with another man complimenting his wife, who he is secure about who he is. He has a problem. He has a problem with another man complimenting his wife. When he's insecure, it's going to show that insecurity even more.
And even if it's not, they're not married. It could just be your significant other, your fiance.
Well,
and these are even some signs prior to marriage. Prior to marriage to let you know, is this the one?
That's a sign. That's a sign there.
Is this going to be healthy? Because if he's like that before you get married,
he's going to be like that after.
So I don't
not only that, it also tells on his relationship with his father. Not that he doesn't have a relationship, is that his relationship with his father may not be at the mature level yet. Right. You see what I'm saying? He may still be a babe in Christ, and he still has brought that type of jealousy attitude with him as he's developing that relationship with God. So if you're courting this guy and he's going off the deep end because some guy complimented you. Now there is a difference between somebody disrespecting your wife or disrespecting your fiance versus what this guy said. Had he we've been walking down the street and he would have been like, "Hey, baby, what's your name?"
That's totally different.
Now that's totally different. Now I would have to. It wouldn't really be jealousy. No.
It would be you
like,
disrespecting my woman.
This is a disrespectful comment.
Right. So I'm going to stand up for that. Absolutely.
Right. Exactly. So then that would be another side of Vito coming out. You know. So, but the way he did it, man, it was just so
respectful.
Yeah. And then he said it with his attitude and how he said it, man. Yeah, man. I was just checking your lady out, man, and I don't miss my spot. And I was like, well, man, you should have been checking her out, and you wouldn't miss your spot. He said, nah, man, I was just, really honest, man. I was just, oh, man, no problem at all, man. But when you're secure in yourself, you don't worry about that.
And I thought that was so amazing because as individuals, just as human beings as a whole, we have difficulty in complimenting each other, especially when you're in a relationship. Yeah. And a lot of people have gotten killed over situations like this.
That's true.
A lot of people have gotten hurt and injured because of jealousy. Yeah. Because it can get way deeper than just a conversation. I mean, people really take it to heart. They feel like when you're checking out their woman, then you have the bold. You're bold enough to even say it. Oh man, that's disrespectful, which it really wasn't. Yeah. He was complimenting. Yeah. And even on the flip side of that, when women check him out, I'm like, dang, she got some good taste. That's how I look at it. Like, she got some good taste.
Well, my wife, I love my wife. My wife, well, she's something else.
What?
When my wife recognizes a woman is checking me out,
I do it every time, and I'll be right every time.
And she's right. She's right. She can pick up on it, and
he's so oblivious. He don't know.
I guess I'd be in denial sometimes, but quickly that Holy Spirit say, "Now she right," and of course I'd be like, "Yeah, I know she right." But my wife, when she does it where she's able to identify. She do that little look on her face like, I'm like, what? She'll put that look.
She checking
the eyes. And them eyes, how she look. I already know. I just fall out laughing because I know she be right? I know she be right. But of course, I'm not paying attention to it. But, she has a way of kind of demonstrating, letting me know that it doesn't, to where she won't, act out of,
No, I'm not upset.
Upset or anything like that. But it's just like one of the things where she's able to check it out. And this is funny the way she do it because I just start laughing because in my spirit, I already know she's telling the truth. I know she's telling the truth.
And you got to get to the place in your relationship where that is okay.
Yeah.
If that is not okay, something's going on with this here.
Something's going on, right. There's something in the past.
Either it's this, or either it's this. Was there an affair that took place?
Right.
What happened where there was some insecurity seeds that was sown into the relationship? What was that? Was there lies? Was there, things that
insecurity, things that were brought into the relationship,
right? So bondages from the past,
yes, that you didn't get delivered from,
because that could cause a lot of division.
Yes, it will.
In a relationship, in a marriage.
Yes, yes.
Because I've seen a lot of people blame their significant other for someone else checking them out.
Yeah.
Like, how is it their fault that someone's checking them out? And I did a question on the private Facebook page, and it said, what would be your response if someone was flirting with your spouse or flirting with their significant other? And going back to a different side of this.
Okay.
There is a side where there is a disrespect.
Yes. Yes.
That you can encounter in your relationship. Yes. That's totally different from the innocent compliments that people are giving you.
Right.
That's totally different. You don't want to be in a relationship where your significant other will allow disrespect in your relationship.
Exactly.
Now that's where you can kind of measure, does he really love me?
Yeah.
He gonna allow someone, or she's gonna allow someone to disrespect me in that way and not check them.
Right.
Like, I know when females have approached him, and we've had this video also where a female approached him in the gas station.
Yeah.
And she was being very flirtatious and very disrespectful, seeing that he was married, and he checked her.
Yeah, because I didn't like the way she was. Had she done it in a respectful way? Yeah. It was a disrespectful way.
It was very lustful, very fleshly.
Yeah, it was very lustful and fleshly. Yeah. So that's why I had to check in that.
Right. Yeah. So you have to be able to trust that your man or your woman, even in your absence,
brothers, your woman,
right? They're going to be checking those disrespectful gestures that come their way.
Exactly.
And you would know when they do, because they're either going to share it with you, or you would see it happen even in public when you guys are together. Okay.
I remember one day, you came home, you was like, I don't know what was going on. I wasn't even looking my best, and they would just come from out of nowhere, babe. I mean, all kinds. I'm like, really?
They were multicultural.
Multicultural coming at me, just saying this. I said, well, baby, look at you. You can't blame them. They just come hitting on you, huh? And then sometimes I even out of the blue. Sometimes I ask, like, who hit on you today? And it's not a jealousy thing.
That lets me know I was looking real good.
I mean, she always looking good, y'all. I'm telling you, I keep telling her that she always looking beautiful. She's always looking nice. She's always, I'm always like, baby, you always like, and I know that she still wants to be complimented. But when I'm saying I'm not lying. I'm not saying that just to be saying that. I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I really mean it. Every time she getting dressed to go to work, she's always looking nice. She's always looking professional. And there's some times that when I'm seeing her and I kind of see her come home from work, I'm kind of checking her out, and I'm like, so who hit on you today? Huh? Because I just looking at them like, dang, she look beautiful. Well, okay, all right, okay, who hit on you? I know somebody don't say something to you.
And that's another form of insecurities that can be sown when your significant other doesn't compliment you.
That's exactly right.
When they don't tell you that you're beautiful, when they don't compliment you.
Exactly.
And then you hear another guy or female compliment you.
Right.
It does something.
It draws you emotionally.
Yeah.
It will draw you emotionally.
Because that has happened to me a couple of times. Well, I said one time where I just felt there was a season of no compliments. Not that he knew, we were just in a season where I was like, he ain't complimenting me. But then when a guy would come and compliment me, I'm like, well, dang, I wish he would, would have said something or whatever the case may be. But sometimes there's some season when we talked about it. There was a communication that took place, and sometimes you can get so in your
routine,
and that you take it for granted. Yeah, the little things for granted.
The other little things.
But again, that's where if I had not communicated that with him and just started listening to these other men coming to me, complimenting me, that could have put a strain on him. Because I would have been thinking, he don't love me anymore. He don't think I'm beautiful. But all these other guys up here complimenting me, and all. So you would start to draw to other men complimenting you when the man that should be complimenting you isn't. But then sometimes it just takes a communication sit down. Let's, hey babe, we need to talk.
Yeah. And
also, when I start feeling like another man is complimenting me more than my husband, we got an issue. Yeah. So now we need to come to the table and let's talk about it. And a lot of times it's, oh baby, I didn't even realize. Not that he was doing it, consciously. He really didn't realize. He thought he was. He thought he was doing, what he always do. But sometimes, even myself, we get caught in our routine. Mm-hmm. Oh, they know. They know. I don't have to keep saying
that's the worst way to think.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, they know.
We know. We want to hear it.
But that's the worst way to assume. For you to think that that everything is fine, you doing your regular routines, and you think that that she's okay. She knows that she's pretty. I don't told her that she's pretty. I told her that she's looking good. I told her that the other day. Just kind of keeping tabs on it. But she needs to hear that. You needed to hear that. I don't need to be. I don't need to be assuming that that you look pretty. You need to hear that from me. So, yeah.
Another thing, too, I want to add is I have this thing called RM, and it's relationship maintenance. Not just with us, but just with my overall friendships that I have. It's okay to check up on people and ask them, hey, are we good?
Right.
And they say, yeah, well, what's wrong? Just doing a relationship maintenance, because sometimes offenses will come very subtle and you don't even know what happened.
Exactly.
Or, you haven't talked in so long, so you're just making sure, hey, do I need to apologize for something? Are we good? Was there any miscommunication or misunderstandings? So that's also another key element or component in a relationship.
Yes.
These are, again, signs to let you know, are you in a healthy relationship?
Yes.
Again, as I mentioned before, you have to be very careful not to equate jealousy with love.
Yes.
Or jealousy with someone really caring about you.
Right.
Again, people have died because of jealousy.
Right.
People have literally, lives have been taken because of someone's insecurity, because someone's jealousy, or whatever the case may be. I don't really know who this video is for. But there's someone out there who may be struggling in a relationship. There's mental abuse. There's sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. There's that insecurity. There's control. There's manipulation. There's the blame game. There's all these things going on, and you're trying to either get out or you're trying to justify why you should stay in. Mm. And God is trying to tell you, I'm warning you, it's time to get out. It's nothing cute about jealousy. Mm-hmm. There's nothing cute about insecurities. Yes, we have been brought up to think that if someone is not jealous of you because someone have complimenting you and they don't say anything, they must be don't love you, or they must be don't care. And again, we've talked about the differences between someone complimenting you innocently, and then you're saying, well, thank you for the other person, versus someone flirting with you and being disrespectful while you guys are together, and vice versa. So you guys may know someone who needs to hear this message. Mm-hmm. They may not want to talk to you or whatever, but just send them this video. Let them know this is God's love for them. To let them know it's not him. It's time to get out before it gets worse. Right. We was talking earlier before the doggone cameras shut down. That jealousy started not even in the garden.
Come on now.
Jealousy started in heaven.
Yeah. But I was going to say, before we even get there, I was going to say that look at Cain and Abel. If you look at Cain and Abel, Cain slew Abel. Why did Cain slew Abel? Because he was jealous of his sacrifice. He was jealous that God accepted his sacrifice, Abel, but didn't accept his. It was the heart issue. Then if you go back, now we're going to go back to the garden. Look what the enemy did. He deceived Eve, right? But what was it that he was doing? He was jealous of Adam and Eve's relationship. Now I'm going to take it further. Now we're going to go back to heaven. When the enemy, who was in heaven? Lucifer. He was in heaven. Did he not have a position in heaven? Who was he jealous of?
Our Creator.
He was jealous of our Creator. Right. He was jealous of who? The Creator's what? Son. Because Jesus was there in heaven too as well. I mean, we're going to get deep with it, but that's how far jealousy goes. But that's why God says that I hate jealousy, because that's where it started at. Look what the enemy did. He saw what God the Father was doing. He saw the relationship between God and the Son, and he wanted that.
Yeah.
He was not content in his position as one who was leading on praise and worship as though we have been taught. Okay? He wanted exactly what God the Father had. That is the high ranking of being over everything. And what he did, because of his jealousy, he deceived a third of the angels to come with him. So that means that he manipulated them. He lied to them. He persuaded them. And that's why God hates jealousy, because had not Lucifer been jealous of the position, what he saw in heaven, he never would have been one who would have been a deceiver. That's what the enemy does. He wants your faith. Why do you think Christ said what he said? The thief cometh nothing but to steal, kill, and destroy. Why? Because he's jealous of what you are able to have versus what he's not able to have.
Exactly. So we said a lot, y'all, before this doggone camera.
We did, y'all.
Shut down.
The camera shut down on us, y'all. This is the second portion of the video. But
yeah. So I'm hoping that maybe what we have said will resonate with you guys, even if you're in a relationship and you're trying to figure this thing out.
You need to pay attention to it now, huh, baby?
Yeah.
Some of the things is being said
Don't
now.
wait until you get married. Now, if you're in it, there's some situations that need to be definitely talked about and delivered and as going to God about in regards to insecurities and jealousies
in your marriage now.
And knowing the difference between, someone actually flirting with you and being disrespectful or complimenting you respectfully. Totally different differences. And we need to learn how to differentiate and not get upset if someone's checking out your significant other. And not only that, when they're respectfully telling you that they did, like this is what happened.
Jealousy goes deep, babe.
It does.
It really does.
It
can really tear up a marriage too, because even in a marriage, not per se with ours, because even in a marriage that God didn't connect, right? Let's just put it this way. You know that people right now who are married, they are in a marriage. One spouse is jealous of the other spouse for a particular reason. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
they have that relationship.
That's why God hates divorce. Divorce, and He hates jealousy because it leads to divorce. Because it leads to anger, strife, envy, and we already know when someone's angry, they're so emotional too. The emotion is so strong, it leads to death.
Yeah. Yep.
People can go temporarily insane and kill somebody because that's how strong the emotions can go, and that's why God says. He's jealous, but we can't be jealous.
Right.
We can't handle it.
Yeah.
Okay. So even with being, all that, we just wanted to say that this was just one of those things where I thought was kind of different, because it doesn't happen when a male would approach another male about their female, and had it been another male insecurity, how that situation or conversation would have actually turned out.
Yeah.
He could have been so insecure, he would have tried to get in the man's face. It could have been, you don't know if the guy was strapped. You don't know if it could have led to violence because he was insecure. But because he approached the man and he responded in such a humble and respectful way, because the guy approached him. But even though sometimes
we were standing in line, babe. Remember,
I know, but sometimes some people can come in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Regardless if they're respectful or not, that person that's receiving the message could
still
take
be
it
insecure. Yeah,
and they can take it the wrong way, and still it was supposed to be something that was a compliment, and now it turned into something that's violent.
Right.
And then everybody else around is now affected positively or negatively in regards to that
because
situation.
Of that situation,
All right. So again, we're a little upset because there's so much we have to say. But
I'm gonna sing my song.
Maybe this is what we were supposed to, talk about only.
I don't need a jealousy. I don't want to mess around with. I don't need.
Come on.
A jealousy.
Come on.
I don't want to mess around with. I don't need You don't need, we don't need no jealousy. I don't need. It's Club Nouveau, y'all. Club Nouveau. That was a bad jam. I used to like that song.
So please share this video with someone that may be that it would be helpful for.
Tell them hi.
And we love you. Say hello. Hello. Stop kissing me. Say hello. Hey.
Look at that. Look.
This is your process, you guys. Embrace it, trust it, and love it. And don't forget, be you.
And keep it moving, baby. Boy, we are so teed off.
And keep it moving, you guys. We love you guys. Bye.